Hello all, this is Aniz with you. Welcome to my channel. From this video, we are going to learn on how to create a CodeFirst CRUD using .NET 6 and Visual Studio 2022. I have created a multi-table CodeFirst CRUD in this video. After watching this video, you will learn to create multi-table CodeFirst CRUD application, and you will also learn how to convert a database first CRUD to a CodeFirst CRUD. Let's see the demo of the application which we are going to create. The beauty of this application is the columns, namely first name, last name, phone number and email ID is fetched from the customers table, whereas the birth date is fetched from the customer birthdays table. Yes, the birthdays are stored in a separate table because this is the requirement of the client. So don't ask me why, ask me how. If you want to know how, please watch the complete video. I assure you this tutorial is going to be very interesting and definitely will add you more skill values. In the last video we saw what is .NET 6, what are the changes in the Visual Studio 2022, and then we had created a Hello World application in .NET 6. After that we had converted that Hello World application to a database first CRUD. Then I also provided you the source code of the DB first CRUD in the last video. In this video, we are going to convert the database first CRUD application to a code first CRUD application, because we may need to add additional tables or fields to the existing database, but this is not possible in the database first CRUD. So we are going to convert that to a code first CRUD. But why we need to add additional fields? I will come to that point now. For example, the client requests to add a column to store birthday information in the customers table, and the client wants to send birthday greetings to the customers on their birthday, and they also want to issue a 30% discount coupon to the customer on their birthday month, so that the customer can redeem this coupon from any of their outlets. So what are the possible solutions available for us now? First, we can add the birthday date column in the customers table directly, and we can scaffold the customers table again. This seems to be very easy, right? But we cannot do this because the client has already informed that the existing obsolete software must not be disturbed at any cost. I am afraid this approach may interrupt or completely stop the existing software from working. The second approach is add the column to the model and convert the project to the CodeFirst CRUD. Even this approach also may disturb the existing software from working properly. Third approach is we will add a separate model to store the birthday column, and this models table will not have any relation with the customer table. So our birthday table will not interfere or disturb any existing software which are managing the customers table. But for the customer, the user interface will looks like all data is getting stored to a single table. Very interesting, right? Let's see in action on how we done this. Start the Visual Studio 2022 and open the code of the database first module which you downloaded from my site. I hope all of you already downloaded the code and the database file. If not, please download it, but you can follow the tutorial even without the code, so don't go away. Now I am going to restore the database file. This is the SQL Server backup file which is downloaded from my site. So to restore this file, you need to run the SQL Server Management Studio. By the way, the SQL Server Management Studio is a free tool, so please download and install it in case if you have not installed it before. The download link is in the description box. This is the one of the best tool which I frequently use. After running the SQL Server Management Studio, do log in to it. Then after, right click the databases folder icon and select the restore database menu. After that, select the device radio button. In here, select the dbfirst CRUD 2022.back file. This is the database backup file of our application. Now click OK and then press OK again. After restoring the database file successfully, run the downloaded .NET 6 database first project. If everything went smooth, then your project should run without any errors. After loading the project, click the Customers menu and make sure everything in the Customers module is working fine. Now we want to convert this project to a .NET 6 CodeFirst application. But why we want to convert it? Because there comes a requirement from the client to add the customer birthday column to the customer table. Hello all, making YouTube video takes lot of time and efforts. But all these efforts should have a meaning. So please like, comment and share this video. Thanks a lot. Let's continue to the tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get notified. Now we have tested the customer module. It is working fine. So let's convert this to a CodeFirst CRUD. To convert this project to CodeFirst approach, we should first run the migration commands. So click the Tools menu and then select the NuGet Package Manager and then click the Package Manager console. After loading the Package Manager console, type add-migration space converting to CodeFirst in double quotes. Then after press enter and wait for the command execution to get completed. Notice the command has created the migration scripts inside the migration folder. It has created two scripts. First script is very important. If you open the first script and see the up command, it is creating the customers table. Suppose if we run the update database command now, we will get errors. So let's run and see. So go back to the package manager console and let's type update-database and press enter. Notice the command executed with lot of errors. The errors say that customer table exists already in the database. So in our case, we don't want to create the customer table because it is already exists in the database and we started this project as the database first project. So open the first migration script and comment the lines inside the up method and also comment all lines inside the down method. After that, go back to the package manager console and run the update-database command again. Hope this time we don't get any errors. Yes, this time our command ran successfully. So now we can create the birthday model. Now click Solution Explorer from the View menu and then right click the Models folder. After that, click Add and select New Item. And then in the prompted dialog box, give name as customer birthdays. Then after press OK to create the model. Now we have got the customer birthdays model. In here, add a property named customer ID. I just copied this property from our customer model. Then make sure the data type and property length are same as the customer ID column of our customer model. Notice here the error indicator line below the key and string length attributes. This occurs because we have not added the data annotations namespace to the using section. But this time we are not going to add the data annotations to the model files anymore. Let's add the data annotations to the global usings. So cut the using line of system.componentModel.data annotations namespace from the customer model file. After that, paste the namespace to the program.cs file and then include the word global before the using keyword. so that it will be available for all the files of our project. Now open the customer birthdays model file and notice here all the errors are disappeared now. After that, remove the letter S from the class name customer birthdays. It's supposed to be customer birthday only, so it makes sense to remove the letter S. And then add a property named birthday of data type date to the customer birthday model. Then after, add the customer birthday to the dbset property collections of the dbcontacts file. To make it simple, copy the customer's dbset and paste it below. Then after, change the word customer to customer birthday. Now we have added the customer's birthday dbset to the dbcontacts file, so that the add migration command will create the customer birthdays table in the database. Then after, open the SQL Server Management Studio. Here I have expanded the tables collection of our DBFirst CRUD 2022 database. I did this just to show you that the customer birthdays table is not yet created and the EF migration history table is already created, so that now our application is already converted to the CodeFirst approach. Let's go to the package manager console and enter the command add-migration space adding birthdays in the double quotes. After that, press enter and wait for the command to complete. Now the command execution is completed successfully. That means the required scripts to create the customer birthdays table are ready, but not yet executed to the database. Then let's type the update-database in the package manager console and press enter. After that, wait for the command to complete. This update database command will run the scripts which are created by the add migration command. Wow! Now the update database command is successfully executed without any errors. Let's go back to the SQL Server Management Studio and refresh the tables collection. Now notice the customer birthdays table has been created. So far so good. After that, copy the birthday property from the customer birthday model and paste it to the customer model. Then after, change the pasted property name to birth date in the customer model. Now some of you may shout, "Hey Aniz, you told me that you are not going to disturb the customer model. Then why are you adding the birth date property to the customer model?" Guys, please wait and allow me to complete. In here, I am adding the not mapped attribute to the birth date property. That means this property will not be added to the backend database table even if you do the add migration command. But this property is as good as the other properties. You can set and get data through this property. This property will become a form field and it does not make any difference to the end user. To do that, first let's open the index.cshtml and here add this birth date column to the listing grid. In here, in the listing grid header section, copy the email ID header and paste it below. After that, change the pasted text to birth date. Likewise, go to the detail section of the listing grid and copy the email ID column and paste it below. After that, change the pasted text to birth date. And then open the create.cshtml and copy the email ID column and paste it below. Then after, change all occurrences of the word email ID to birth date in the pasted text. After completing the create.cshtml, let's go to the edit.cshtml. In here, also do the same steps. After completing the edit.cshtml, build and run the application. Then after, click the Customers menu link and click the Create New link. Notice here we got the birth date form field with the date selection control. And after that, click the Edit link of the first customer. Here also we are able to see the birth date field and it is defaulted to 1st of January 1. Now let's set the birth date of the selected customer to 17th of January 2000. After that, click the Save button. But notice here the birth date is still showing the old value. So the value we set for the birth date did not save. Why? It did not save because this birth date is a not mapped property and it is not part of the customer table. This birth date value we need to save in the customer birthday table technically. So let's open the customer controller, and here I have written two methods which is going to do the job for us. The first method is customer birthday exists. This method check is the birthday for the selected customer is already set or not. Then the second method name is add customer birthday. This method will add the customer birth date to the customer birthday table. Notice both the methods are private, so there is no routes to access these methods. Then after, let's scroll up to the top to locate the create action method. In here, we are adding the customer birthday by doing a call to our add customer birthday method. In this method, we pass the customer ID and birth date. Okay, now all set to go. Let's run the application and click the create new link. And in here, I have set all the form fields of the record to save the time. Let's set the birth date to 12th of December 1967. Will this get saved this time? Let's click the create button and see what happens. I have inserted breakpoints to follow the code execution. See, the model is valid and it goes to the save the customer model first. After that, it goes to call the add customer birthday method. On success of add customer birthday method call, the code navigates end of the method and returns the index page. Since we have more number of customers, the customer which we created now might be in the last row. So let's search by entering the customer first name. Yes, we found the customer. But notice here it is still showing the old value. Why? But the customer birthday is saved successfully, right? Actually, in the index action method, we are populating only the column values of the customer table. But this birth date column is not in the customer table. That's why it is not populated. This birth date column is in the customer birthday table. So, of the record, I have altered the index method to populate this birth date column. Let me explain you the code. Please notice the green boxed code. The first line is a normal line. If you have downloaded the source code, this line will exist in that source code. This line fetches the customer's record from the customer's table and populate it to the red customers list. Here, if we would have added the foreign key, then we might have used the include method to fetch the birthday along with this call. But that approach I have already done in one of my previous video. So I will keep the video link in the description box. Please go through that approach also. Okay, now the second line. The second line is very important line. First, I am creating a list of strings and adding all the customer IDs to that list. After that, in the third line, we are fetching the birthday from the customer birthdays table for the list of the matching customer IDs. This we do by passing the LST customer IDs list to the where condition. This is little bit an advanced link statement but easily understandable. So now we got two lists. The first list as customers main data and the second list as the corresponding birthdays of the first list. After that, I have created a forage iteration here. This is very important code block, so please listen carefully. In here, I am iterating through all the customers of the red customers list and taking the customer birthday from the second list by matching the customer ID column from the first list. Then in here we have a if condition to check is the customer ID is found or not. If the customer ID is found, then we set the not mapped property named birth date to customer birthday dot birthday. That's all we have to do here. Let's run the application and search the customer named Anil. Notice here, now the birth date column is populated the correct value. Let's go to the SQL Server Management Studio to cross-verify our output. In here, I am fetching the same details using the SQL query. Notice here, we got the output and matching with our listing screen. But here, the data is stored in two different tables without any foreign key relation. But still, we are able to join the output using the link statements. Actually, link is a very powerful technology, so please learn little bit of link also along with C# and MVC. Okay, let's go to the edit module now. Here I have handled the edit method in a different way. First, I created a method called edit customer birthday. This method checks for customer birthday's existence. If the customer birthday exists already, then it updates the customer birthday. Otherwise, it returns false to the caller method. After that, let's copy the customer birthday adding quotes from the create action method. Then locate the edit action method and paste the copied code to the edit action method. After that, add a if condition to check is the customer birthday exists in the database. If the customer birthday does not exist in the database, then our job becomes very easy. Just move the add customer birthday code to the if block. This is very familiar way to us because we already done this in the create action method. But if the customer birthday already exists, then we need to slightly change our code, so include a else block. After that, copy all codes from the if block and paste it to the else block. Then in the pasted code, change the method call from add customer birthday to edit customer birthday. That's it, we are done. Let's run the application to check. Now select on customer and load him in the edit screen. In here we change the birthday to 10th April 2001 and press save to update the changes to the database. Yes, the customer's birthday got saved properly. So our edit action method is also working fine. Let's load the same customer again in the edit screen. Oh, the changes are not showing in the edit screen. Why? Because the edit method now loading only data from the customer table. So I have changed the code of the edit action method of the recording. Notice the red boxed code in the screen. Here we fetch the birthday of the selected customer to an object named customer birthday. If the customer birthday object is not null, then we set the customer.birthday to customer.birthday.birthday. Now let's run the application and check the edit screen. Yes, this time the birthday is loaded properly in the edit screen also. After that, we will try to change the birth date of the customer. But our update did not succeed because the listing screen still showing the old value. So something went wrong here. Okay, got it. Again silly mistake. In the edit customer birthday method, I forgot to set the value to the customer birthday. Now I corrected. Let's run the application and edit the same customer again. This time I have changed his birthday to 30th of May 2002 and press the save button to update the changes. Yes, this time the changes are updated properly to the database. So now we have successfully completed create, read and update operations of the multi-table CRUD. I hope you can do the details and delete action by yourself. If you face any difficulties, please put in the comments. I will try my best to help you guys. Hello all, making YouTube video takes lot of time and efforts. But all these efforts should have a meaning. So please like, comment and share this video. Thanks a lot. Let's continue to the tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get notified.